Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Breaking Bells. What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined... Man, I gotta think, hold on. I didn't get an intro proper yet. Hold on. The most amazing bell in all of Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh.
What's up, Lizabelle?
Nice. That was smooth.
How you doing, Liz?
Good. How are you?
I am very well. I normally have all these crazy intros for people that just come on the fly. I was like, wait a minute. I don't have one for Liz. What am I going to do here?
The spot, that was pretty good.
That was good. See how quick that happens? It's just boom, boom, boom. So real quick before we start, what I would like people to do, if you are interested in asking us some questions at the end of the show, we'll do that. I screwed up with my hashtag today. So just do me a favor. Just send a direct tweet at Nintendo Gurus. And if you have a question about Animal Crossing, we will, the last maybe 10 minutes, I'll ask Liz a couple questions and we'll go through it. So that'll be kind of fun to do. I thought that'd be something nice to add to it all. So Liz, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I actually just got done streaming at 3, and then I actually had some time for me to relax, and I've been so excited to be on here and hang out with you again.
I'm telling you, I've been so hyped for this. This is one that when I do my list, right? So I do my list to figure out who's going to come on, who's going to be here, all that stuff. I mean, you're number one, right? So you're off the top of the list. You're number one, gotta have Liz, right? And then you go through this thing of what if she doesn't want to come on? What if she doesn't want to be a part of this, right?
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
And then I'm so then I asked you, you said yes, and I was like, oh. But I was hoping to have you in weeks ago, right?
I know.
And you were
yeah.
And you were oh, I can't do it for a while. And I'm like, okay. She big time me, people.
You're
she big time me. She's okay.
It's work, really. I would love to make it.
I'm too busy for you, Bobby. You just you just stay in your little hole, and I'll come out eventually. I got it.
Not at all. It was really just the way the schedule was with work, and I was just trying to focus on that because my last year I was jobless for a very long time, and I put my heart into Twitch and YouTube, not YouTube, but into content. Yeah. And it was just today I could actually have a day off and relax and not worry about the next day and I could be my best for Bobby. That's what it was. It wasn't about putting in the hole.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I want to be the best. The conversation we have is going to be awesome. Yes. I know it already. So
you and I, we get along very well. I think it's rare that, because here's the thing. I bring all types of people on, right? And the rarity is finding people that you just gel with. Right. The first time you talk with him, it's man, I know this person so well.
Yeah. And I feel we have a really nice vibe,
And that's how I feel with you. I feel from day one, it's been boom, you and I click, we're good. Mm-hmm. But with that, here's what I want to do. I want to give you a little bit of opportunity, let people know, what do you do on Twitch? What do you, all that stuff? How do they find you? How do they do that stuff? Give yourself a couple plugs here.
Yeah, so for twitch.tv/Lizabelle, we still are an Animal Crossing stream. We stream mainly Nintendo games, and we took a step back. We've been splatting and chatting is what we like to call it. So I'm very good at staring at the chat and also getting some occasional splats as well. So it's my multitasking brain. Mm-hmm. Started up YouTube, and actually, an honor, maybe one day I'll be Bobby approved, but it's not something crazy. But I started a podcast where I just talk to you guys about my Twitch journey and what I've learned, and hopefully I can help small streamers around that might be inspired. So the YouTube is Lizabelle. The podcast is not Lizabelle, it's a Liz Latte. So it's coffee conversation, very cozy, and a funny twist on my name. And it's just supposed to be conversations that I have with other streamers and, content creators about their journey and what they could maybe help with people. Okay. And then, yeah. So
here's my question. What do you mean maybe one day Bobby approved? How does this podcast become Bobby approved? What do I have to do?
I meant maybe one day we could talk, and also just if you ever think it's cool and it's I'm doing something, because I feel you and Sean put in so much work and you do so amazing, and I just want to make sure I'm because I just started it up on a whim.
So what you're asking is for me to watch it and critique it for you. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I'll give you some pointers. It's fine.
I need some wisdom from the Nintendo guru is what I'm saying.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Depends who you ask. Okay, so it's been a long time since you've been on Breaking Bells, right? It's been.
And the first time I was on with you I was mainly Animal Crossing.
Yes.
So it's changed a bit.
Now it's changed a bit.
Don't get me wrong.
But you're getting ready to go back into the deep end.
We will not sleep.
Yeah.
We'll go back to no sleeping and back to streaming Animal Crossing, full time. So
just to refresh everybody's memory, the two major questions that I typically ask people 3 questions, but I'm just going to do 2 with you. It's whatever. First Animal Crossing game?
So I did tell you in the beginning my first was on the GameCube, but I want to be, and everybody knows this now, is that my first official where I really got into Animal Crossing was New Leaf on the 3DS. Okay. So that's the bread and butter.
Okay. And then your favorite Animal Crossing?
I would say even though I didn't play, I say New Leaf is still my favorite, but I can appreciate the grumpiness from the villagers in the past. I think they might be bringing that back.
Yeah.
But I would say New Leaf is my favorite, but I would love to kind of just, there's certain elements that GameCube that would be a little bit better into the future games. And I think they're going to switch that out maybe. We're getting so many updates about the personalities. So New Leaf probably still my favorite because that's what started it all. And we're still down to we've shortened up the towns now. We're not too crazy with all those. So I would say New Leaf and then also GameCube. So I want them to yell at me sometimes and not be so nice.
That's the thing. That is true. I remember
honor the personality.
Yeah, when I was playing the GameCube, they used to give you a hard time.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing here? You look awful. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I played this as a kid. What?
I love it. I'm glad it's coming back.
They toughen us up. Animal Crossing taught us how to be tough,
Exactly. So. Let's just, enough of the small talk. Let's just get in. Let's just start diving in. I want your top 3 things that were announced at the Animal Crossing Direct.
Okay, only 3. So my top favorite,
we'll start with 3 and then we can expand. But I want your top 3 things.
Yes. Okay, top 3. First one, no more plot resetting. I asked Nintendo if I could choose where the villagers go, and they gave it to me.
That's a good one.
Yes. Second of all,
that's a good one. That's a really good one. Hold on. We
keep going.
We can talk about this a little bit.
The second one, I'm I can't even. It's like magic.
Yeah. we can talk. We don't need to boom boom boom. Slow down. We got Liz. We have an hour. You're fine. You're fine. Okay.
Cool. Okay, sorry.
But the plot resetting, for new people that are playing this, man, they don't even know what a glorious thing this is.
Let me take a sip right here. It's gonna be okay.
Because the thing is when you played Animal Crossing on all the other versions, especially New Leaf, because I feel like New Leaf was when the customization really came in. When you would have flowers and shrubs and patterns. Patterns really went up a level in New Leaf, right?
Yeah, with the QR codes and the 4 characters you have on there and using that work.
Yeah.
So.
And then all of a sudden, man, you get this beautiful town set up the way you want, and some just drops his house right in the middle of your hybrid flowers.
Example, Julian, I actually set up blue and white flowers for him just to where it would be ready for him. It was on the side, and he planted his house there, and it's you just ruined your welcome. Now I don't even want you in my town, even if you're a cute unicorn. Get out. So, and you don't want to be mad at a game, but it made you take measures like the plot resetting to make sure that wouldn't happen again.
And it was crazy. They were
and that's time consuming too, right? I mean,
absolutely. It was frustrating.
Yeah.
Number 2. What do you got for number 2?
So number 2 is kind of unreal to me because I thought we could just, now that we can do the paths, that's cool. It's the easiness of crafting and everything. But what stands out to me is the terraforming. You can literally make your town your own.
Yes.
If you want to, She Dang in the Direct made a waterfall. She made it her own. She did the thing. And you can just make it unique, I feel like, and also just it's a lot of freedom, it feels like, and it feels like with all the terraforming, I won't be able to put the game down because you're constantly thinking of new ways to make your beach town or your island the best, and for you.
Because when you think about it, when you played the other versions, you would start the game up, walk the map, and if you didn't like the layout, you'd have to go back and restart.
And then, the fruit too, I think. Like, there's so many elements in New Leaf that was very very just, you were limited.
Yeah.
And I feel like with New Horizons, they're really giving us all the options with that, so.
And the thing is,
it's good.
the thing is when you think about it, right, even though they're giving us 4 islands to start from, does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even matter like, I could literally take any one. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I'll be able to turn it into whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like, nothing you're giving me is going to, you know what I mean? Like, so that, to me, is what terraforming does. It takes it to this upper level all the way. Like, in your mind's eye, are you already building your world?
Kind of. So, I've been thinking long and hard about the name of the island.
Hold on.
And I think once I know the name, that's how I'll start building.
So we haven't. That's one of the questions I had. So that's fine. We can talk about that a little bit.
I want to know if we're still keeping the 8 characters, or do I have more room? If it's 10, then oh my gosh, possibilities have opened up by 2 vowels. Like, let's go.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, so the other day during the stuff that's coming out of PAX, that stuff was showing. I can't remember the name of the town. It was Bellevue, right?
That's a nice name.
And that was and that was so. But then, if I'm not mistaken, during the Direct, when they popped up the map, I think it was Nintendoland. So
that's nice.
It comes out to be 10 letters.
10 letters. Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome when you think about it on that scale, on that level of, like, this is what it is. It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Okay, so your third thing. What is your third thing?
So this one was a little hard, but not hard, but it makes life easier as a streamer, and also just maybe someone who likes to trade a lot and help out people, is that you don't have to actually add someone to help them out or have them come over. So that code thing, kind of like Pokemon, I like that, because if someone needs something, and I'm going to want to help them and give them, because I purchased the guidebook, and I'm going to be a hoarder. Like, I'm just going to try to do everything. And it's like, if someone new comes in and they're really nice and they're like, hey, can I play with you? I don't really have to have them on my friend code. I can still invite them and feel inclusive to them. Because also, I need to go through my friend codes. Like, they keep filling up because Splatoon, we've been playing so much, and we get new people, and then sometimes we don't play together. So I don't want to reject someone because I don't have a full list or something like that. So it's streaming friendly, and, The
other thing, too, with that is, like, if you just want that person to come in,
you
could literally be like, you could hide the code from your screen.
Yeah.
Whisper that code to somebody, and then be versatile. Like, that way they're coming in and they feel like, hey, it's just me coming in and getting to spend time with you. Yeah, that's
really nice multiplayer option. I love it.
I like that a lot. Are you big on the paths? Like, is that something that has you excited, or are you just like, whatever?
I think mainly in New Leaf, if you see my land, like I like landscaping a lot and decorating. So with the paths, I think we have so much more freedom to do them. And I think it's also really cool how they integrated where you can use your old QR codes. Like, I think I'm excited, but I'm overwhelmed, because I feel like, in a way, there's a lot to expect for me, because I decorate a lot, but I don't even know what I'm going to do because there's so many options. So I'm excited, and I also kind of feel like I need to sit down and plan. But at the same time, I just want to play the game and not feel like so overwhelmed too, because it's Animal Crossing. I shouldn't be making it seem like it's overwhelming. But I'm excited. I like their idea. It's something to get used to too, because I'm so used to the way before.
You drop a pattern, which I love. The thing that I love about it, though, is you don't have to worry about somebody kicking it up. You don't have to worry about
the best.
A present dropping on it and it disappearing. Yeah. Like, that was the worst. Like, you drop something on it, it disappears.
That's
it's like
every time of my life. That's all that ever happened, is that I kicked it and I'm like, dang it. And then I would get mad, and I had to remember which character was what with the path. And then that was the majority of the time of playing Animal Crossing. So yeah, that's going to be way better.
That is going to be bad, but it's such an idiot.
I know. I love him. Oh, but he's so funny. I'm surprised he hasn't sent us any memes about, I don't know if he would, or Joe, about the memes of Doom and Animal Crossing on the same day. Yeah. they're funny.
Yeah, they're good stuff. I had a question. I lost it. I'll get it back eventually. Old age. It's a horrible thing.
Happens.
Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. So, like, how are you starting this game? Like, how are you, like, okay, I guess what I'm trying to get at is you're a streamer.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to play the beginning on stream, or are you going to play it alone, or how is your game
I have
plan?
a plan.
What's your game plan? Okay, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear your plan.
All right, so I pre-ordered the game as soon as I heard about it from my main GameStop, and then I saw the journal, so I pre-ordered that game too, so I could have the journal. And then the customized Switch came out, and I pre-ordered that. Even without even knowing I had money, I just pre-ordered that bad boy like this. You can ask Joe after work. I was in a stream, and I'm like, guys, my stomach hurts. Should I pre-order it? And they're like, you have to. I'm like, it's gonna sell out tomorrow. So with that being said, my God, that was a lot of talking. Sorry. I'm just so excited because, basically, Nick, my boyfriend, has a Switch. He's got his Switch. I've got the Switch I use to stream, and I'll have the customized Switch. So my plan is I want one game for streaming and one game for myself, and eventually we'll take over Nick's game and have a second town. Duh. That's what happened to New Leaf. Hello. So I'll probably have 2 towns. But what the plan is like I'm going to have one stream dedicated to streaming on Twitch, and then one that I will. There's one that I want to dedicate the light for my backpacks. It sounds so funny, but when I'm at work on break, I will have my other town that's dedicated to Liz, and it's all about whatever I want to do. I'm not pressured because I still want to be that inclusive person that includes everybody on what they might want to do for the town, or if they just do say, oh, that's a good idea, I'll do that. But I also just don't want to. I don't think I will get burnt out in New Horizons, but I want to give that time to myself because when I did stream New Leaf for 8 months straight, I burnt out real fast because I was sadly having so many towns and trying to be different. And it just was like, I need a break, and I don't think that will happen with New Horizons, but I think I just want to treat myself to my own town and also stream because I'm going to we're still going to try to squeeze in other games, but Animal Crossing is going to go back to being the main game, so.
I think you did a very smart thing in taking that break from New Leaf to New Horizons, because I think if you would have went right up to it, forget about it. You never would have. Yeah. I think you would have burned yourself out.
You know me from, I feel like, the beginning when I was streaming Animal Crossing. So if you were to come back, or even Ted, or any of the oldies, I call them the OGs of the borough, or the veterans, you would see that I wasn't happy. Like you would say, oh, she doesn't look like she's having any fun. Yeah. And then when it doesn't become fun anymore, it's why would someone want to stay and hang out and do that,
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's something I think that's something that everybody kind of struggles with, because that's the thing. Like, I know me. I know how much time I will put into this game and not even blink an eye at it. But at some point, I know that I'm going to get tired of the streaming of it. And then how do I transition out of it? But how do I also still keep it included? So this way, because the weird thing is you build an audience based off of a game, but then you need to transition away to A, keep your own sanity, but B, get new people to come watch you. And it's like, such a fine line to dance on.
Luckily, a lot of the people that loved Animal Crossing were a Nintendo family. I feel like a lot of if you think about it, I feel like everyone that streams Nintendo, we all kind of know each other, and we're all kind of aware of what games we stream. Yeah. So it wasn't that hard transitioning to Splatoon, because I just dived into the game really, really like crazy. But if I did, and then sometimes I'll even stream Monster Hunter, and that's kind of hard, but at the same time, you meet new people too. Yes. So it's just making sure I keep that level of balance, and also just make sure we're all happy. And I think if I divide it between streaming New Horizons and then also one for myself, just for me to play, I think it'll help a lot. So especially on my work break, when I just put my headphones on and kind of get into, I think I'm going to appreciate fishing more and crafting more, and I'll be able to really dive into the game without feeling like, especially too, I think it's just the hype around it. Because when you look around Twitch and YouTube and everything we all have been doing as content creators, we're producing so much hype around it that it's gonna feel good.
That's
to play, so.
That's probably my biggest fear, for at least from my eyes, is I'm doing content every day of the week right now. Like, I'm just making video after video after video, and I'm like, okay, how do I stream this game and put so much time into it that I know I'm going to put into it, but then also still make videos, and then also still stream, and also play the game.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, that's the biggest thing.
And breathe,
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, is like, this game is so special to me that that I'm going to want to put so much time into it that I don't want to lose that whole.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I feel like I have to remind myself social life too. I mean, remember my dog, remember my boyfriend, and remember work.
Yeah.
You know, because Animal Crossing, you can get in there. So.
Yeah. It could definitely.
So
It
hard.
could definitely.
Yeah.
It could definitely take over. So the difference between this one, I want people to understand this. On New Leaf, you had what, 6 towns? Was it, or 7?
I started with 6, and then it went to 9, and then we went back to 6, and now I only have 4. I'm sorry I paused there, but man, I was like looking at the clips back in the day, and I was like, my God, what was I doing?
I don't know.
But I had like 3 cycle towns because I also had a storage town, and it was just, I was also on Beltree at the time with Twitch, and that was, but now it's like I have just 1 town for fun. And then the other 3 towns we're almost done with Yoko, and then I'll have just 3 completed towns that I just check on villagers, but I don't really play. I make sure they just haven't left me again.
It's the
Marshall talking to you. And Mint.
Yes.
But I have their cards, so it's okay.
So with this one, you're only going to stream 1 town. That's
yes,
it.
just 1 town. Because if you must know the plan, what I was telling everybody, which I tell them every day, was that I was thinking of streaming like Monday through Thursday Animal Crossing. I don't know if it's morning or night yet. And then I want to still have my splatter days for Splatoon. And then Friday could be like multiplayer. If we need a break from both those games, we can have them vote and we can do something together.
Gotcha.
Or just do chatting, and talk about stuff. So
that makes sense. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Maybe just have a day off too. Make sure I squeeze that in, because I don't know if there's gonna be time for that, but I'll try. And go from there. So
it's time management is very difficult with the content creating, trying to figure out, streaming, if you're going to do a video, if you're going to do a podcast, all that stuff. Like I know right now, like Sundays are my podcast days. Yeah, it's going to be my hardest, but that's also the day that I love to play Animal Crossing.
Right.
And I've already, in my mind's eye, dedicated, like, every time I play this game, I want to stream it. Because, dude, I can lose 9 hours, like the blink of an eye in this game. So that's what I want to kind of, like, put in long hours, streaming this game, and just having fun, But I guess one reason why I was really excited to talk to you was I was curious, how do you manage a stream and your town? Meaning, how do you, because I'm sure the minute you fire up, everybody wants to come to your town. Yeah. So how do you manage that?
We struggle with, I mean, not only with any game I play, like Splatoon, I think it's taught me how to deal with that. Because when I start Splatoon, there's someone new that might not even say hi, and they just ask for my friend code. And it's kind of taught me that, as a community, we just kind of want to get to know each other a little bit better before you come to play with us. So I've learned a lot, just kind of, it's hard because a lot of people want to come and play with you. And I have days where I've learned from a lot of the other streamers, like Crystal, Simply Press Start. She has days dedicated to multiplayer. So she's not going to have multiplayer every day. Yeah. But like on Tuesday and Thursdays, she does like Dream Towns, where you guys can give me the Dream Town. I can interact with you that way. And then Tuesday is I have multiplayer day. She rotates and she has a queue. And it's a lot. I've tried that once, and I was overwhelmed because I couldn't get to everybody, and I couldn't get to everybody's dreams. So we're still kind of fine tweaking that. We never want to turn someone away unless you're rude. Then that makes sense. But if they're actually part of the community and want to spread the love of Animal Crossing, I'm not going to say no. But it's just there's got to be a method to it. There's got to be like, Liz is playing multiplayer this day, or maybe this part of the stream. So I don't really have like a for sure answer. I just know that, like when I played New Leaf, I had actually stopped for a while multiplayer because it was just getting too much, and then I didn't feel like I was producing like content with them, like one-on-one. It was more, and I want to help everybody. That's my problem, but I also don't want to take away from the fun of the stream, and it felt like a chore at that time. So I think it's just maybe dedicating a day to where, like, community days. So it's like Community New Horizons Day. Whoever's a fan of Animal Crossing, new or old, come and hang out with us. Because we do that with Monster Hunter, too, is that a lot of new people want to play. So we just have to dedicate a day where we can do that, and it doesn't take away from the stream. And I don't sound like I'm like, no, you can't play with me or something. Yeah. Because I don't want to say it like that. But sometimes I just want to decorate and fish and craft, and, not have to worry about people coming.
I think for me, the main thing is, like, once I'm done my tasks,
Yeah.
If you want to
dailies,
come
right?
hang out, then fine.
Yeah.
Like I gotta
makes
catch.
sense.
I have to catch certain fish. Like the fish.
Bobby loves his fishing.
Oh my god, the fish and the bugs and the
Are you
fossils.
excited? I feel like they're going to add way better music now because they have to.
Well, they haven't.
So your experience is going to be.
They haven't even told us anything either, right?
Yeah.
They haven't even said like we've been hearing the main theme, and that's it. Like it's just.
Sometimes the trailers, the music is like more solidified. I don't know how to describe it. It's like just modern and new, but still Animal Crossing music. Like it gets you even more pumped because you're like, dang, look at this music. They're really. I feel like they've secretly been working for this game for so long. As soon as the Nintendo Switch was launched, I feel like they're being smart about it. There are little things, of course, you always want more. You want to fix, but I think the music is going to be something that I'll be proud of like instantly because it just sounds good. It looks good. So. Yeah. But that's a good point. I'll remember that. Maybe after I'm done with all my dailies, maybe a little bit, we can have someone come over and hang out.
Hang out and stuff. And
help me rearrange my flowers or something.
I think what I'm hoping for is something very similar to Tortimer's Island, where you could take people someplace off of your island. You know what I mean? And then you can go hang out and play games. Because that was the cool thing about Tortimer's Island was...
We need more games, for sure.
You played games. They haven't showed us anything like that yet. And it honestly...
They have possibilities.
Yeah, they has me a little concerned. Like, I don't want to just do island tours with people. Like, that's okay. But, like, I want to go do stuff. Like, have those fishing tournaments. Get the hammers and beat up the stupid lawnmower-looking thing.
Because with the trading with Pocket Camp kind of works too, like they can integrate, like more people can visit your camp. And I'm pretty sure you saw in the direct, of course you did. I mean, I saw your reaction video. You like analyzed, but the idea that you can not have to worry about someone using their axe or shovel because you disable that. So that makes me more confident to just like, hey, come on over, baby. I don't gotta worry about you destroying my million trees I made as pets or whatever.
Exactly.
It's just disabled unless you're best friends. So
it's huge. You know what I mean? Like that's being able. That's something that if you go back to I want to say my original. When we first found out about Animal Crossing coming to the Switch, that was one of the first things. There was two things that I said I wanted. One was I kind of wanted like an always online island where I could list my favorites, my best friends, and they could come to my island anytime, whether I was there or not.
Well, you're always welcome to my town, Bobby, just so you know. But yeah, keep going.
So I wanted it where people could come in no matter what. Like if I was away not playing, then
you did mention that.
You could come in. You could water flowers. You could do it. If you needed a flower, you could grab it and go. Whatever. You know. And then I wanted something where it was like a list that like you could quantify who can do what when they come to your town. Now they didn't go specific to be like this person can do this, that, and the other. But essentially they did. Like best friends unlocked. They could do whatever they want. Not. You have restrictions on you.
Like Akuma, you got to watch out for him. He's saying he's going to try to destroy my town. Yeah, no, thank you. And there's a list of people I want to play with. Like, I really think it'd be cool to play with you or Joe. But also at the same time, if we can't play together, it's like, especially helping someone. Oh, I'm at work, but guess what? You can go to my town if you need something. And it's like that experience is like so free, but also so willing because it's so nice. Like, I remember I think you had said that in one of the videos, and it's like, boo boo. So they really need to. I really feel like they're listening. Like they need to anyway. But this is crazy that all the things when I watched the direct, I was like, wow, this is all happening. And I still don't know if it's confirmed about the camera angles because I remember you had mentioned that too, because how flat the other games were. Yeah. And with how beautiful this game is, it'd be cool to see if they could integrate that too, because it's possible with motion control.
It'd be nice. It'd be
awesome.
Have you done like a farewell stream or anything for New Leaf? Or do you plan to? Or
not yet. So I wanted to do that for Yoko. I didn't get to do it for the first town, Kyoshi, because in the middle we already finished it. But I have one house left in Yoko, and then I was thinking of just kind of like we were thinking of like March 2nd or 3rd saying goodbye to that. And then also at that time we would watch clips from all the, like way back. I have an old video I edited, which I need to fine tune, but it's surreal because you see from when I had short hair, it was red, and I had like my old overlays. Like you come so far when you notice what's important, you know. And I was gonna sit down and talk with everybody, and we would just watch the funny clips from just Animal Crossing. And then also it wouldn't be like, I wanted to organize it with at least Yoko. We can say bye to that, maybe invite people over, and then by that time we would be emotional, and then end and just say bye New Leaf. Because I did want to bring New Leaf to New Horizons, where I would stream like Throwback Thursdays, you know, because not everyone can buy New Horizons, but just the way I stream it, it's not the best, and I think it's just time to say bye to that dream. Like, it sounds so dramatic, but I think it's just move forward, stream what I can, and that's going to be New Horizons and other Nintendo games on the Switch. So if I got a Wii U one day, maybe we could go back, but I just think I need to be real with everybody and just kind of move forward and just say goodbye, and then and we still could talk about New Leaf, and I understand if not everyone can make it, because some people don't want spoilers, and I respect that 100%. But maybe I can say, well, maybe I can see you on the days that I don't stream it, because it's not going to be just completely 7 days. Like I had told you earlier, I still want to try to keep it balanced. But yeah, we definitely try to do that. Say goodbye.
I think for me, at least in my mind's eye, because I took vacation from the 19th to the 26th. So that week is just a free-for-all. Whenever I play the game, I will be streaming.
Yeah. That's
just what I'm going to do. But then after that, I'm going to stream Monday to Friday, or Monday to Thursday, and I'm going to do my typical. And then in my head, I have this idea of doing Breaking Bells still, but in New Horizons.
That would be all. I mean, there's so much content and conversations you can have. Like it's I almost feel like it would spice it up even more, because this is this is the most fun time right now to listen to this podcast and be part of it. But you can keep it living on, and that would be really fun. Also to meet new, because our community is about to grow, so you might meet someone new that you would love to talk to you, like their perspective, like, oh, you've never played an Animal Crossing game, what do you think so far? That's my biggest goosebumps, is I can't wait to see a lot of these people that I've been following that haven't played it yet. And I'm really excited. And someone had brought up the negativity around it, just like, oh, there's gonna be too much Animal Crossing. Like, guys, everybody needs to know and love Animal Crossing. That's all I'm gonna say. So I mean, it'll be good.
The thing is, there is gonna be too much Animal Crossing, let's be honest. The first 2 weeks is gonna be everybody that supposedly I love Animal Crossing. They're going to be all playing it.
That's going to be a reality.
And then after about a week, they'll all disappear.
Then we'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll still be here.
Yeah.
It's very. I think the difference between. I think the difference between this game and New Leaf is because it's so easy to stream this. Yeah. I mean, it was very difficult to stream.
For me, it still is. Like, I wish I could keep going and there was an issue with and I think it's why I love being on your podcast. I feel like I just kind of be transparent and be like, just let you know what's on my mind. And that's what I try to do in my community, in my streams. And I told everybody I would love to keep streaming New Leaf, guys, but I can't. It's so hard. And also, just these last 2 weeks before the 20th, I'm just going to play games that I like, and y'all can hang out with me, and we're just having fun until then. And then Animal Crossing will come, and it'll probably be back to the main game we stream. But I do understand, too. It's like, it's going to be like when Pokemon came out, right? All the
everybody was streaming that.
And then it kind of slowed down.
It disappeared, and then the hardcore is still doing it. And I think that's what it boils down to, is... You're going to get all these people streaming it, and that's fine. More power to them and stuff. But then I think you'll get your hardcore fans still playing it for months and months and months. And that's good, because then that's when the community actually gets to come in and do stuff and spend some time. I wanted to discuss a couple of things with you, because we're not even halfway through my list of questions that I have for you. This is good. This is good. So I've been doing a lot of fan theories lately, and I kind of, I throw them out into the ether, but I never have a conversation with people. Don't get me wrong, the comment section on my videos are fantastic, and I've been talking to people back and forth about it, but I've never been able to talk to people face to face.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about a couple things, and there's been a couple of things that I've listed that I felt like this needs to happen, or this is what's going to happen. I'll start with the most recent one, the video that's up today, and that was that Label, who was Lizabelle, will replace Gracie Grace. Meaning, in my mind, I'm thinking Gracie Grace will not be a part of. She might make cameos, but you won't have a Gracie Grace store.
Yeah.
So, what's your feeling on that?
I feel like we're missing a lot of information about the NPCs. Mm-hmm. I'm still concerned where Phineas is. He's my grandpa, and I need him to be back. But anyway, that's a good point, because when I saw her name change, I was like, wait a minute. And then the way she looks, she's all stylish. She's a designer now.
Yeah.
And if Gracie were to come back, it sounds like, in Pocket Cap, how they have the little vans. Mm-hmm. It'd be cool maybe if they had her maybe if they hosted an event where she would have an event where she had her van, like a designer van, kind of like in Stardew, and she could sell things. But I don't really know if she would be able to, if Lizabelle's back like that, I don't know if she would have a role in New Horizons, like you're saying. Like, I don't know what she would play as, or maybe she'd just come back as a visitor, because they do have they said in the direct that you would see other NPCs. But that is a good point, just because and also it makes me think of retail too, like Cyrus and Reese, if they're coming back.
That's another one that I did because it makes you wonder, you know what I mean? Like with Cyrus and Reese, my thought is that yes, they come back at some point, and I think, again, with having conversations with the people in the comments, what a lot of people seem to feel, and what a lot of the majority seems to feel, is that we can edit our furniture, yes, but it's editing what we build. Yeah. But
can we still?
But the question would be, is the stuff that we buy, that stuff would be the stuff that Cyrus would edit.
Still be working on, yeah, for sure. Because that's kind of how Pocket Camp is. I don't want to compare it to, but they integrate a lot of like Happy Home Design I've seen in Pocket Camp, and how crafting is just available to you. And then also, Reese is still part of it too. And so I even thought about, they also have kids or relatives popping up. Can you imagine seeing Reese and a pack as like little babies or something? But anyway, it's just... there's so many, since they don't include a lot, they have included a lot of information, but that's one thing I think about for the NPCs, is like, how would they still integrate the customizing? So if you buy something, that makes a lot of sense for Cyrus, because he's the one you call, or he's the one you go to. I mean, not call, but we do have a cell phone now, so.
I'm also wondering too, if they're trying to keep people, like, let's just say hypothetically, like, I love Cyrus, I want to see Cyrus. I wonder if they're going to make it like, well, if you want to spend time with Cyrus, you have to go play Pocket Camp, Yeah. And if you want
that's true.
Because the weird thing is like they feel like they're replacing characters, and they're making a lot of changes to a lot of stuff. And, we don't know, like you said, about a lot of NPCs. There's a lot of NPCs that they're not even talking about, not even mentioning. But I have faith that they're going to do something with it. Yeah. I can't just see them not doing anything.
It was good to see Lizabelle too, because I know that she's going to play a big part in New Horizons, but I still don't know, like, what tea is she drinking? Is she going to spill the tea to us? Like, hello, girl, what are you doing? You have this cute island vacation shirt, and it's like, I know she's still part of the planning, I think, or the resident, because I know Tom Nook is the CEO. He's in charge of it, right? Yeah. So more information, and I hope that they don't make it seem like we have to do a lot of things just to say hi or get them, because that would be sad.
I mean, ultimately what my thought pattern has been a lot lately is New Horizons, the idea was we want to give the player 110% control. Yeah. But with New Leaf, we gave them, let's say, 85% control as being mayor. And people ate that up and they loved it. So how do we take it to the next level? Yeah. And the only way to take it to the next level is to let them build from the ground up. Well, how do you do that? Yes. You drop them off at the deserted island, and then you slowly allow them to build everything. Right. And that would be, to me, I'd be happy with that. If they were to be like, hey, everything can show up.
Like all
We
the
just-
NPCs, all the
yes.
special parts of it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
just
that a
haven't
lot.
we just haven't unlocked it yet and showed you.
Like you unlock it and then your town grows and
Yes.
you get all the aspects of it. That's brilliant right there because you're not limited, but you also have to work for it. And that makes sense because we're going to be doing a lot of work anyway. We're going to be making our towns like, customized for us and then unlocking things. That would be, and then also like it's cool to see because they did show us a little in the direct of the different shops and the villagers hanging out in the stations. So then you can slowly see over time it growing and becoming bigger. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. So compared to just having one straight thing.
So PAX is happening right now.
Yes, it is.
And we're getting a lot of
I'm hit a lot of stuff. Sorry, keep going.
we're getting a lot of footage coming out of PAX. What is one thing that stands out to you in what you've seen so far?
Well, I saw someone on Twitter. I think they announced this too, but it's really cool how you can fix your. You don't have to go to Harriet to get your hair done and fix your skin tone. It's so customizable.
Yeah.
And I saw a little bit of that. I haven't seen a lot of anything yet besides a little bit of that. But it's like, it kind of goes back to our conversation, like where Harriet's going to be. But it's cool because they just give you the freedom to organize your character. You don't have to wait to do things like that. They're very, and then the new clothes have looked really good. That Animal Crossing pin is so good. I want it, someone. And just overall, they put so much work into that demo, into that display. Like that's pretty crazy.
The display is amazing.
I want to live there. Like it's like with the water and everything.
Yeah.
So.
They'll have something like that at E3. I guarantee you, something on that level.
And the villagers interacting too is really good. Like they can eat things and all that stuff. I saw someone making a big video about it.
They actually like chase you down now. And they say your
oh my
name,
gosh.
like hey, Lizabelle,
so,
like what? It's like wow, you're talking to me.
How do you describe it? Yeah, it's like so. It feels real and like you're actually connecting with them. It's like it's different when you were playing Pokemon Shield or Sword. The Pokemon run after you and you're trying to get away from them. But this, it's like no, you want them to come to you. You want them to say Lizabelle. Like, I mean. And I think also we've been seeing a lot of art from the new characters of the game. And we don't know too much about them, but I think just the hype of like, I still wanted more species, but it's still nice to get new characters that we haven't seen from the last game. So it's nice to see all that being promoted too.
The one thing that stood out to me, I think, two big things. All right. So the first thing is the museum.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Well, that's number one. But when the video that I was watching was from Game Explain, and I did a reaction of it last night. And
yes.
What stood out to me was two things. One, you see the staircase going up. There's nothing up there. It's like walls. So to me, museum is expandable, no doubt about it. But what it expands to, it's either going to be in my mind because when you walk in, there's no paintings.
Yeah.
There's no art, right? So you know
and you can walk under the fossils and just
but you know they didn't get rid of
upgrade.
red. Like red is still red still has to be around, right?
Yeah, he just introduced. I feel like
if you do this right, if you upgrade, you open up the top. Does that become red? Like not red, but does that become the art?
His
or
art style.
Does Celeste go up there with the astrology stuff? Or is it like New Leaf where you get the rooms to decorate and do what you want to do? There's a lot of questions there, right? So that was the one thing that stood out to me. The second thing that stood out in the footage that I watched, Kix is in the main town, right? And Kix he's the NPC for the main town.
Yeah.
Something happened that never happens in any Animal Crossing game. Two NPCs. Because you're there, and if you watch the footage, Harv is running through the town.
Yeah.
So I've never, in all of my time playing Animal Crossing, you only have one special guest.
The same time. Yeah.
Yes. It's one, and that's
Even with Brewster, when you're working in the cafe, you're always going to get a random villager out of town. Yeah. Your regular, and then one special character, one NPC.
But you never had two in the town at one time, and that was, like, if they were having, like, the fishing tournament, you never saw another one in the background.
They were doing something. They were away. Yeah.
So to me,
that's amazing.
Yeah, to me, I like that because it makes me feel like it's kind of the main thing that I've taken away from this game is it feels like it's alive.
Yeah.
It feels like it's very
coming to.
Yeah. It feels like it's very alive.
You also can destroy rocks now. Sorry, that was one thing I forgot to tell you, that you can destroy it, and it's not in the way of anything. So yeah, keep going. That rocks.
So, okay, one question I keep getting, and I'd like you to try to answer this.
Okay.
Because you're going to have a lot of new people showing up, a lot of new people playing this game, first time playing this game, or people on the fence. So why should people get this game? What do you think are the reasons someone... What makes this game fun? Why should people play New Horizons?
So I feel like with this game now, if you want to get this game, it's very versatile compared to the other ones. And I think it's a game that it could be fun by yourself, and it can be fun with friends. And I think it's a good game to bring together. It's also, if you like games that you have a lot to do, and you like crafting and you like decorating, but you also like interaction and you like, story driven games where you get a lot of like talking. It's hard because some people are like, oh, I don't like to do all that stuff. And it's like, maybe that's not for you. But I feel like New Horizons has a little bit to offer for everybody, and then there's not going to be, just like New Leaf, there's no wrong, like there's certain things you can do in the game. But I feel with New Horizons, there's so much content that you can do for the price. You're going to have so much fun with it. And it's just a beautiful game. Like, I don't know how more to describe that you're going to be able to, like, interact with characters, build your own town. And to me, when I play Animal Crossing, when I'm not streaming it, it takes my anxiety away. It kind of makes me feel like, it feels really good. And I feel like I'm not alone. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel like it's just a game to me. And I feel like it's something that I can also connect with people from all over the place, Mm-hmm. And I don't have to worry about getting splatted or someone coming out behind me, a big monster coming at me. Like, I feel like it's a really cozy game that you can get lost into. And if you're looking for a cozy game where you can just escape and just kind of have fun and feel wholesomeness, that's what you need. And that you don't have to focus on everything. You might be overwhelmed, but there's a lot of stuff you can do, and we're going to all be learning together. I'm not going to know every single detail, but we get to learn together. And I feel like it's going to be like my job, where every day I learn something new, because they gave us so much information and so many things to do. So if that's the kind of games you like this is the game for you. And even more, there might be some more stuff I don't know about, but it'd be a fun game to learn together too.
That's the biggest, I think, takeaway of this game is, and what the thing that excites me the most about this game is because going into this, I felt like I knew everything there was to know about Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Backwards, forwards, nobody could tell me anything about it. I knew it all. I had it I just knew it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so ready to play this game. You want to talk about, you know this game? No, I know this game. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I had this chip on my shoulder, man, people are playing this, people are streaming, and the only reason I'm not streaming is because I don't have a capture card on my 3DS, and I could do this and you watch. Yeah. But then this game gets announced, and I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know anything. It's
a whole new feeling.
Yeah, I don't know anything. And I'm like...
It gives you goosebumps because you're like, wow. Now you're into a whole new world. Still Animal Crossing, but you're just it's bigger game now,
Yeah.
So...
the base is there. You have the base, but everything is new. And it's which excites me. And honestly, it scares me a little bit just because of the fact of it's going to take me longer to do things. And so my biggest fear is I'm a 100% completionist of the museum in terms of fish, bugs, fossils. I have to do those three things. Well, what scares me is we might not have the museum day one, right? So if I don't have the museum day one,
then you got to unlock it and then do all the other things.
But wait a minute, what about all these fish I just caught on day one, day two, day three, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7? I don't know how long it takes to unlock the museum, and what am I going to do with these fish? I'm freaking out.
Questions.
Yeah,
I know.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I just build a little area where I'm going to put the museum, and then just stack the fish outside,
reserve it, yeah. And it's hard because in my past streams, I felt really cool because people came and asked me questions and I could tell them about Animal Crossing. Now I'm going to be it's like a brand new game where I'm like, let me just press buttons so I figure out how this works. And it's it's funny. I mean, it's fun, but it's also scary because I'm not going to know about it, and I'm not going to, not saying I won't be able to help them. It's just we're going to learn to get together and I'll remember it. But even with a guidebook, I'm going to be like, how do I do this?
So, okay, there's a couple of things that the chat has thrown a couple questions. Yes. I'd like to throw a couple questions at you. So, Slimer Snarf, he says, I hope the constant music is still there. It's such a staple. What is an Animal Crossing game without the music? So, I think what got a few people scared was the fact there was additional footage, 5 minutes of play that came out after, and there was really no music being played in that. And I think people are now kind of worried that, like, hey, we don't get the music that plays. I don't think they would take that away. Do you?
I don't think they would either. I mean, just like how the two things we talked about with the trailer, how the music's bumping and it's more modern, I think this might be just one of the things that they're leaving for surprise, because it's like I don't know if you've seen movie trailers lately, guys. We see the whole movie in 2 minutes in the movie trailers. So I think it's an element of surprise, and it might be music they're really working on. I really don't think Animal Crossing is not. Some people don't even play Animal Crossing anymore, but they do homework, or they do people have told me that they they want to have Animal Crossing lo-fi in the background. And I know Nintendo, I'm pretty sure they know that, and also there's different music for each thing. So I don't think they would leave that out at all. And I think if anything, they would improve it and make maybe even cooler sound effects, because they are really working hard on all of it. So,
and the other thing too is, like, as you play Animal Crossing, you start to go like, man, I love playing at 8 o'clock in the morning. I love that music. Like, I love
1
playing.
1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Yeah, like you
p.m.
hit certain times where it's just like, I have to play this game between this time and this time because I love the music. So I think that's definitely going to hang on and do it is. Wade here, Wade is new, right? So Wade is new to my chat. He comes to all my streams.
He came into my chat and said it was recommended from you.
There you go.
And he had so many questions, and it made me excited. But I'm also like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. Like, because we're learning. So,
but a couple of things that I want to throw at him is, he's asking about how the crafting works, and the crafting is really, honestly, simple. It's all it is basically, you're going to go, when you start the island, right? When you start the game, you're going to go up, you're going to talk to Tom Nook. Tom Nook is in a tent, and he has the Nooklings, Timmy and Tommy.
The Nooklings.
And then he's going to basically explain a little bit of how the island works and what you need to do and how Nook Miles are and all this stuff. So you're going to get this little quick tutorial within a few minutes. He's going to send you off to go do some stupid menial tasks. You'll do it. He might tell you to go, hey, go out in the woods, find me a couple pieces of wood. You'll get them, you bring them back, and then he'll go, oh, you just achieved this Nook Mile, boop, 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 done.
Yeah,
now I'll go off and go do this, and then you'll go do it, and then once that little tutorial is done, you'll be good. So what happens is, you go into the tent, the residence area, you go into the tent, and there's a table there that shows you, like, hey, this is how you craft. You have to unlock recipes to do future things. And I'm sure they'll give you a few recipes, like tools,
to start you off
started
a little bit. Yeah.
But it's real simple. Like, they showed it. If you get a chance, you should really go watch the game explain from PAX, because the woman's explaining how everything kind of works. But one of the things she says is, you're basically going to pull up your recipe. It's going to tell you, like, you need 5 pieces of softwood, 1 piece of this in order to unlock this, and you build this. You just go out into the area, you grab those pieces, you go back to the tent, and then you build it. And then the beauty is you can also build a crafting table out and put it outside
in your own area. So
you don't have to go into the tent all the time to craft. You can actually go to those areas.
It's like,
craft.
What is that game?
Yes.
Not the same thing, but when you needed to make a raft, or you go through the levels, it would tell you, okay, you need this apple, you need that, and don't forget about the food.
Yes.
So, and it's going to guide you too. You're going to have little tutorials. I feel like this game is going to be so inclusive for an adult, for a kid, for anybody. It's going to be able to show you those things. But definitely what Bobby said is definitely check out the PAX videos, and also like the reactions that you guys are doing on YouTube. People like the analysis that Bobby did. Like if you break down the direct, you can find things that maybe was too fast at the time to talk about, because you're doing all the details.
Exactly. Joel sent a question to Twitter, and I'm a little confused by the question, but I think I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll go from there. And if Joel's in the chat, he can maybe explain a little bit further. But he says, Nintendo Guru, can you and Lizabelle talk about the Switch Lite commercial and how amazing it's going to be to play Animal Crossing that way? I'm assuming you mean the original one with the mother and the daughter. and how you'll be able to sit in the same room and play together and share your town, your codes, and jump in together. And I think that is, I mean, listen, we had that kind of with the 3DS as well. But I think it's also the fact of like, you get to bring someone over that's sitting right there and show them something new that you did to the outside of the town. Yeah. And that's pretty cool.
I think the loading experience, like, it's just enhanced a little bit better. We've had multiplayer in New Leaf, but this is going to just feel like you're actually having a little bit better experience. And like, no matter, I think with the Switch too, but not with the codes or friendship, like just being next to that person and playing, that's going to feel really good. And I think it's just like a better experience with the multiplayer for sure. So it is going to be beautiful for sure.
I agree. I think so too.
I can't wait.
Mike the What's It, he follows me on YouTube, and this is his thing, and I love it. I love it because he sticks to his guns. This is the big thing.
Yeah.
What's your gut say? Do you think swimming and diving will return?
They gotta be crazy to not have swimming, and if they don't do swimming, some kind of boat or like something to be on the island, because we're in a deserted island. I know we have like the rescue service coming up with Rossetti, but I think we even jump with that stick with the fishing, so I definitely think they're going to integrate something to where we can be in the water, underwater, catch things, and also use that as like crafting, like, oh, go get a clam or get something underwater, and that could be something we unlock as well for sure. So
this is what my gut honestly says. I feel like it is very similar to everything. I feel like the diving and all that is locked behind something. I feel like maybe you have to craft a swimsuit because you needed to wear a particular suit in order to go out into the water. So I think it might be something very similar to that. Like you need to craft a wetsuit, or
then you can dive in.
Yes,
that makes I think it's something we unlock, and then we can do all those things.
Because when you think about it in terms of New Leaf, right? You couldn't dive until you got a wetsuit, and you couldn't get a wetsuit until you went to Tortimer's Island. And then when you went to Tortimer's Island, you could rent the wetsuit, but you couldn't take it home, and you had to buy one at the island that you could then take home with you. Right. So if you think it in terms of that, yes, I think that we'll be able to dive. I think it's going to be very similar to all of that. And I think the one thing that's been sticking in my head a lot lately is I don't think we know all the islands. Like, I think they talked about the island tour, but I really feel like not necessarily Tortimer's Island, but if you noticed, there's another dock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
where does it go to?
Well, you have the dodo birds, right? And that's where your gate is. But there was also another dock. And I believe that you are going to have a boat there with Cap'n. And I think Cap'n is going to take you out to someplace. And then that's where it starts to unlock that stuff. I don't think that we've seen all we need to see with this game. And that's just my heart. I really believe that. Because I think that Nintendo is really holding this game close to the vest.
They're holding back a little bit because they have to. I mean, it's nice to get all the details. And I said last stream that Nintendo fans are legit one of the best. We're big fans and we're intense, and like, you know, but I think they're also holding back a little bit because they don't want to show us everything. They also want us to be surprised when we play, and I'm sure they would love to see the reactions of everybody, like, oh, they didn't show us this, oh, this is brand new. Like, we got to have that feeling when we play the game. So that makes total sense.
So and I think that's basically what I think a lot of the things that we want are there, and that's what I was saying earlier on. Like, I believe that this game is, hey, we want to put the people to be there to feel like they're building the town. Well, how do you do that? You just don't have people show up in the woods, and it's got to kind of be this way, you know.
Yeah. Method to the Animal Crossing madness.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that could, what I would like to see. I mean, I know it's crazy to even come up with this and talk sequels. Okay. But what I would like to see in the future, the next iteration of this, because that's the one thing that I've noticed with Animal Crossing, is there's this timeline that goes through it. They continue storylines through it. Like, when you think about the Able sisters, starts off, it's just the two of them. That's all you know. You don't know nobody else. You get the city folk. Here's this girl named Lizabelle in the city working for Gracie Grace. You find out that Gracie Grace named her Lizabelle. That wasn't really her name. Her name is Label. That's her sisters. Then in City Folk, she's with her sisters again. She's selling accessories. I got corrected on that today in video. I was saying she was selling upscale things. She was selling accessories.
Accessories, yeah.
You know what, man? Like
either way.
Sometimes,
come on
sometimes my friends, and this is the bad thing. It's my friends that attack me this way, and it's very hurt. Amber, she hit me on.
Like, excuse me.
Like normally she'll go to my Facebook Messenger and yell at me about stuff. She called me out in public. I'm a little upset about that.
A little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. Now the gloves are off. Now the gloves are off.
Hey, man.
But I think ultimately, I think that's, so if you look at the timeline, right, and that's the way the timeline has been, with the next game, whenever that comes 8-9 years from now, what I would hope is they kind of go like, hey, you did a good job building this island. We've been recruited to go build this town from the ground up. Like, Nook wants to build this town from the ground up. You go over and build the town. And then we get the quasi back to normal.
Yes.
Animal Crossing where you're in the woods and you're building from scratch. Like, because at the end of the day, that's what I love. That's my, that's our thing. So.
That would be insane. And also just give us more to do. And again, I always go back to that freedom. So good. Oh my God. It's too much we're going to be running out of other things to do because we're just going to be Animal Crossing. Absolutely. It's just going to be Animal Crossing.
I agree. So, Liz.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. I thought there was like an intense question.
No. We're done. We're done now.
Fun.
Listen, I adore you. Thank you so much for coming on. Real quickly.
I was sorry it took me a while to get here, but I promise it was all I was thinking about for the last few days.
Just stop. It's all good.
I was ready.
You're good. Real quickly, give yourself a plug. Let people know again where they can find you at and all that stuff.
Oh, yes. So you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Lizabelle. Schedule's kind of crazy. Just follow the bell to learn more about Lizabelle because, I'm streaming all over the place. Twitter.com, Lizabelle TV. If you want to see Animal Crossing photos, Instagram, same thing, Lizabelle TV. And if you want to hear this voice talk and this goofball talk more, then I do have a podcast called Liz the Latte, and it should be on YouTube's the live recordings, and then we did just have it on Spotify. I don't know about iTunes, but if you want to listen or watch, it's called Liz the Latte.
So real quickly before I wrap, Mathman asks, I wonder if Bobby will create a different town for each of his Switch consoles. No? Yes. We'll leave it at that. So there you go. So thank you guys for watching another episode of Breaking Bells. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button down below, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I don't even know why I'm doing that. That's my YouTube outro. I don't know why I'm doing that now. Anyway, they're listening on audio. They're going, why is he talking about subscribing and stuff? What's he talking about? You can follow me, Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitch at Nintendo Gurus. Remember, we're doing a giveaway for the Animal Crossing Switch. You have to be a follower on Twitch. So if you're here now live, follow me on Twitch. You'll be entered automatically into the giveaway. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Bye.